Greetings everyone. Today I would like to talk about this video about the Comanche versus Mongol, and I would like to clarify a few things. And in my previous video I told you that something is missing, and I think these three things are missing. Number one is bo, number two is bumbuk, number three is tashor. And the secret weapon of Mongols is going to be a bow. And bow is not a shaman. A bow is not a bow. Bow is a gun. And it is no secret that Chinese started to protect their border using gunpowder, explosive grenades, and these arrow launchers and bamboo cannons. And of course, Mongols took it and used it as world conquering weapon. And in Lord of the Rings, Saruman uses a gunpowder in order to make way through a thick walls. So Mongols have own name for a gunpowder, and gunpowder in Mongolian is dari. And gunpowder is carried in this horn-shaped container, and this container is called hot. Of course, it's keeping a hot material. And Mongol name for bullet is generally it's som, but old name is horgolching, and word horgol means sheepdan. Sheepdan is round, and it is created from many black round small pieces, and you put this round lead or metal pieces inside this cannon, and you shoot it, and it's like it's like a bird gun. It shoots with many these round things. And a big cannon is carried on a kettle, and this big cannon or ihbo great gun is called uhurbo, and it is because it's carried by a bull. That's why it's called a bull cannon. And number two, some Mongols may have a hand grenade, and Mongol name for hand grenade is of course a grenade, and there is a fruit that is called grenade or granatum, and this has this jar-like shape, and inside you have a lot of round seeds. And Mongol name for a bomb is bumbuk. It also means ball. And Mongols are nomads, and nomads should have this weapon, tashor. Tashor is simply a whip, and there is a war whip. War whip is has this metal thing in the end, and Mongols usually use such a whip to kill or hunt a wolf if you don't have a bow and arrow or a gun. And this tashor must be included when you are talking about the Huns and Mongols. And Chinggis Khan and Attila the Hun had one common nickname or common title. It is Tashor of Tengri, or the whip of heaven. So you must have this little whip with a iron ball in the end, and it's going to be a quite strong weapon. Sometimes you cannot find enough metal to make a sword, and this tashor is going to be very useful. And speaking of swords, in this video this Mongolian gave a wrong name for this sword. Mongol name for sword is silim. Silim is something long and curved. This small thing is also carried with a sword. This is something secondary, and it is something useful. And if someone is carrying a straight sword with the two cutting edges, this is called hilt. And you can say that European knights have a long hilt, or Chinese swordsmen carry also long hilt. But a Mongol name for sword is going to be silum. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.